The Galaxy Z Fold 6 has great AI features and is lighter and thinner. It's also more durable and has a slightly wider front screen that's easier to use than older models. I think it's the best foldable phone available right now. However, it's $100 more expensive and the cameras aren't as good as top-of-the-line models. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 is slimmer, lighter, tougher, and packed with AI features. Samsung really wants more people to like foldable phones, but is it worth $1,900? The Z Fold 6 has a nicer design and is more durable, hoping to attract more users. It also has a wider front screen, a brighter 7.6-inch main screen, and the powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. However, Samsung needs to explain why it costs $100 more than the previous models. Is this the best foldable phone yet? So let's look at the pros and cons. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 now weighs the same as regular high-end phones. It's 8.43 ounces, about the same as the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Yes, the iPhone 15 Pro Max and Galaxy S24 Ultra are even lighter. The design has flat edges that can feel a bit sharp in your hand, but overall the Fold 6 looks and feels better. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 has a slightly bigger 6.3-inch cover display, up from 6.2 inches, making it easier to type with two hands and feel less cramped. While the OnePlus Open and Pixel Fold have wider external displays, I prefer the Samsung's more compact and pocket-friendly design. Brightness. Galaxy Z Fold 6 to 2,317 nits. Galaxy Z Fold 5 to 1,535 nits. OnePlus Open 721 nits. Google Pixel Fold 1,030 nits. Another benefit is the Z Fold 6 main 7.6-inch display, which has less of a crease than the Z Fold 5 due to improved layers. It can also get very bright with a peak brightness of 2,600 nits. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 is packed with cool AI features from Samsung and Google. Here are some of the best ones. 1. Interpreter mode. This feature allows real-time transcription and translation of conversations across 16 languages and 23 dialects using both the inner and outer screens of the foldable phones. It's a significant upgrade for multilingual communication. 2. Sketch to image. Specifically designed for S Pen-compatible devices like the Galaxy Z Fold 6. This feature enhances doodling on photos, adding a fun element to photo editing. 3. Circle to search updates. Initially exclusive to the new foldables, updates include reading QR codes, translating entire screens of text, and solving math equations. These functionalities will eventually be available on other phones through Google Search. 4. Portrait Studio. Enhances selfies with various effects like watercolor, 3D cartoons, sketch, or comic styles, offering multiple versions of edited photos to choose from. 5. iTranslator during calls. Extends the translation capability beyond text messages, allowing real-time translation during phone calls across multiple languages. 6. Chat Assist. Helps draft messages by suggesting relevant responses based on ongoing conversations, ensuring efficient communication. 7. Live transcription in Samsung Notes. Enables transcription while taking notes on the larger displays of the foldable phones, enhancing productivity and multitasking capabilities. On Geekbench 6, the Z Fold 6 scored 6,900 on multicore and 2,170 on single-core. This is more than double the score of the Tensor G2-powered Pixel Fold and better than the OnePlus Open. In the Premiere Rush test, the Z Fold 6 took about 40 seconds to transcode 4K video up to 1080p compared to a minute or more for other phones. In the 3D Mark Solar Bay Ray tracing test, the Z Fold 6 achieved a frame rate of 29 frames per second, better than the OnePlus Open's 20 frames per second. One of the main reasons people don't buy foldable phones, besides the price, is that they think they're too fragile. Samsung has made some improvements to address this concern with the Galaxy Z Fold 6. First, the Z Fold 6 glass layers are now tougher, making them less likely to get damaged by finger taps or S Pen use. Second, the dual rail hinge has a strengthened folding edge to better distribute shock. However, the Z Fold 6 is still not as durable as a regular high-end phone. It has an IP48 rating, meaning it can withstand being in up to 5 feet of fresh water for 30 minutes. This rating protects against particles larger than 1 mm, but doesn't offer full dust resistance. With a new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, we expected the Galaxy Z Fold 6 to have better battery life. we have 3 battery test results. Let's start with Phone Arena's battery test results. Z Fold 6 versus Z Fold 5. This test involves web browsing, video streaming, and 3D gaming. According to Phone Arena's battery test results, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 lasted 12 hours and 42 minutes, while the Z Fold 5 lasted 9 hours and 22 minutes in the web browsing test. In the video streaming test, the Z Fold 6 lasted 7 hours and 1 minute, and the Z Fold 5 lasted 6 hours and 3 minutes. In the 3D gaming test, the Z Fold 6 lasted 11 hours and 1 minute, while the Z Fold 5 lasted 5 hours and 34 minutes. According to Phone Arena, we're not sure how Samsung managed it with the same battery capacity, but test results show a significant improvement in battery endurance on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 compared to its predecessor. Recently, a fellow YouTuber named Lover of Tech did a test to see which phone has the best battery life. They tested the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, Z Fold 5, and the Google Pixel Fold. They used different apps in this test like TikTok, Instagram Reels, Instagram Live, YouTube Music, Twitter Space, and at the end recorded 4K video at 60 frames per second. The outcome of this test might be unexpected or just as you thought, depending on what you were thinking before. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 comes with a 4400 mAh battery, the same capacity as the Z Fold 5. However, a matching battery size doesn't necessarily mean the battery life will be the same. Samsung claims that the Z Fold 6 will last longer than last year's model due to optimization improvements. Despite the Galaxy Z Fold 6 having the same battery capacity as the Fold 5, it performed better in the battery life test. The Z Fold 6 lasted almost 6 hours and 5 minutes, while the Z Fold 5 lasted 5 hours and 56 minutes. For comparison, the Pixel Fold lasted 5 hours and 23 minutes. Although this improvement is not as significant as expected, the Z Fold 6 still holds up well, especially considering it is running on pre-release software. Additionally, the device is designed to learn usage patterns, which means its battery performance is likely to improve over time. Now let's talk about the third test results, which were shocking and different from the first test results. Yesterday, KidAndroid posted a battery drain test video of the Samsung Z Fold 6, Flip 6, iPhone 15 Pro Max, OnePlus Open, Pixel 8 Pro, Xiaomi 14 Pro, and Galaxy S24 Ultra. In this test, first he played PUBG Mobile on all phones for the first 3 hours. Then he used YouTube for a continuous 3 hours with 1080p at 60 frames per second. After completing 2 test sessions, the remaining battery percentages for each device were as follows: Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 at 36%, Galaxy Z Fold 6 at 37%, iPhone 15 Pro Max at 57%, OnePlus Open at 32%, Galaxy S24 Ultra at 44%, Pixel 8 Pro at 26%, and Xiaomi 14 Pro at 38%. The next test was a browsing test using Chrome/Safari browser, followed by Instagram usage, and at the end, he used the camera on all phones until they died. Let's break down the results of the battery life test for these flagship phones. The Pixel 8 Pro, unfortunately, was the first to run out of battery at 8 hours and 32 minutes, which is quite low. The OnePlus Open lasted 10 hours, impressive for its large display and 8 Gen 2 chipset. Xiaomi's device did even better at 10 hours and 16 minutes. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 performed well, lasting 10 hours and 21 minutes without overheating. The Samsung Flip 6 also lasted 10 hours and 21 minutes, which is good for a 4000 mAh battery. The Samsung S24 Ultra reached 10 hours and 46 minutes, but did get quite hot. The winner was the iPhone 15 Pro Max, lasting an impressive 11 hours and 53 minutes, showing excellent battery life. The camera setup on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is mostly the same as the previous model. The only change is a new sensor and the 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera that lets in more light. You still get the same 50-megapixel main camera, 10-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom and 30x digital zoom, 10-megapixel front selfie camera, and 4-megapixel under-display camera for the main screen. In terms of performance, the Z Fold 6 handles dynamic range better than the Pixel Fold. For example, in a photo of a hot dog cart, the Z Fold 6 shows more detail, while the Pixel Fold's image is too dark. In a photo of a flower, the Z Fold 6 shows more vibrant purple, although the Pixel Fold has slightly better detail in the petals. For zoom, the Z Fold 6 performs slightly better than the Z Fold 5, but still doesn't match the 5x telephoto or 100x space zoom of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. The new ultra-wide sensor on the Z Fold 6 improves image brightness, though it's not a huge leap from the Z Fold 5. For low light, the Z Fold 6 captures a well-exposed shot of a soccer field at night, with the text on a sign looking crisper compared to the Z Fold 5. The OnePlus Open shot is much darker, and the Pixel Fold image is bright but blurry. For zooming on the moon, the OnePlus Open takes a better 30x zoom photo, showing more detail. Samsung might think that since their biggest foldable phone already costs $1,800, adding $100 more isn't a big deal. Still, I don't like that the price for the Galaxy Z Fold 6 has gone up. For the $1,900 price, you get 256 gigabytes of storage. If you want 512 gigabytes, it costs an extra $120, and 1 TB costs an extra $360. Even though it's the 6th generation of Samsung's foldable phones, the market is still very small, making up just 1.5% of phone sales. Will the Galaxy Z Fold 6 change people's minds? If you love the idea of a huge screen and lots of AA features, this could be the phone for you. I like the lighter weight, the slightly bigger front display, and the strong Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performance. The AA features can help with productivity and fun. However, the $1,900 price is hard to justify since there aren't many hardware changes. For now, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is the most well-rounded foldable phone for me, but it's still a niche choice for power users. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section.